What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with another video, and this will be my Browns Redskins preseason week one preview as my Browns open up the 2019 preseason schedule at First Energy Stadium against the Washington Redskins. Now, I know this is preseason football and it doesn't mean anything for the most part, but I'm freaking excited, bro. This is the first time I'm seeing a football on my television since February. And this is the first time I'm seeing Browns football on my television since week 17 of last season. And you know I'm freaking excited because the Browns have had one hell of an off season, and this is the first time I'm going to be able to see that squad on the field. Although it may not be for long, if at all. And honestly, I wouldn't be mad if they didn't play at all in the preseason because I value health over playing time when it comes to preseason because it don't matter, right? I want Odell and Jarvis and Baker and company to be healthy for week one when we welcome the Tennessee Titans to First Energy Stadium so we can whoop their ass week one. You already know. We've beaten the shit out of freaking Mariota week one. You already know that, for real. Myles Garrett gonna feast on that fool, man. But anyways, let's talk about this preseason game real quick. I'm not gonna spend too much time on it because, like I said, it don't mean a damn thing. But anyways, I don't think we're gonna see much of the starters. Maybe a series of the starters on offense. We might see a little bit more of the starters on defense. And honestly, I'm perfectly fine with that. Get to see what Miles and maybe Sheldon, Olivier, and Larry can do. Although they actually haven't practiced the last 2 days. I'm pretty sure it's because of various injuries. Although Miles has actually been resting up. So I'm sure he'll be good to go for the game. The other three, I'm not sure. But honestly, I wouldn't be mad if they didn't play. I would actually root for them not playing because I don't want them to get hurt, especially Olivier. That dude been getting hurt like crazy. I know he likes to play through the injuries, but, bro, I'd rather have you fully healthy going into week one than battling a nagging injury because you just don't want to get out of the game. I mean, I appreciate you for not wanting to get out of the game, but I'd rather have you fully healthy, bro. Okay? Heal up. And hopefully we'll see week one. Now, what I'm going to do for these preseason previews, that's kind of different from my regular season previews. Instead of 3 keys to victory, because, of course, these games do not matter, I'm doing 3 things I want to see from the squad week one against the Redskins. Number 1, the backup quarterbacks. Because I know when Baker comes out, it's Drew Stanton and Garrett Gilbert for the most part. We might even see some of David Blough. Probably not much, if any, at all. But we might see a little bit of him, depending on what's going on with the other 2. But for the most part, it will be Drew Stanton and Garrett Gilbert out there for the Cleveland Browns after Baker Mayfield's done. So we'll see what we got at the backup quarterback position. It hasn't looked the greatest so far in training camp. Mac Wilson actually picked off Drew Stanton today for a pick 6, so that's good news, right? That's really positive for the defense. Not the greatest look for Drew Stanton, but he's serviceable. I'd say he's better than Cody Kessler, definitely, for sure. He's a veteran. He's led his team to the playoffs before with the Cardinals. I'm excited to see what he's got. And, of course, Garrett Gilbert, we already know what he did in the AAF before it just folded like a lawn chair, out of nowhere. Freaking just all of a sudden it just collapsed. It's like, bro, I thought that thing was going to last at least a season. It didn't even make it to the playoffs, bro. And Garrett Gilbert, I think, was on the best team in that league. And now he's here. We made sure to snipe him away from the AAF. It's going to be fun to see what he can do, Now, As for anything else, when it comes to the quarterbacks, I mean, I just want them to stay healthy for the most part. I don't want a repeat of what happened a couple years ago where we legit had to use like 5 quarterbacks in a span of like a couple weeks. It got to the point a couple years ago where we had to bring in Charlie freaking Whitehurst to quarterback a game. And guess what happened? He got hurt. Oh, man, that was a nightmare. But we got ourselves a franchise quarterback, but just ask Eagle fans, man. The most important thing other than a franchise starter is a good backup. You know, and I think Drew Stanton will be just fine behind Baker. Number 2, I want to see what these rookies got. Mac Wilson, who I just mentioned, Greedy Williams, he's been balling. Sione Takitaki, he's definitely got a little fire under him. Dude's been lighting people up even when you're not supposed to be. No, it's not the greatest thing to do, Sione. All right? You don't want to get on somebody's bad side, okay? Wait until the pads come on to do that. But he's out here acting like a pit bull, man. He is legit a pit bull. He's going to be that kind of guy that will tear your face off and then laugh at you. I know when we picked him, I was like, who the heck is that dude? But after watching some tape and, listening to him a little bit and watching some tape of him in training camp, I'm liking this kid. I like it. I like the pick. Usually that's what happens. I hate the draft pick and he turns out to be good. Unless you're Deshaun Kaiser. Then you still suck. But, yeah, I mean, I like the pick. Taki Taki. Wait, every time he gets a sack, are they going to play that song Taki Taki? Could you imagine if they did that? Oh, my God, that would be so funny. I don't think they're going to do that, but that'd be hilarious. Hey, Browns, if you're watching this, every time Sione Taki Taki gets a sack, play the song Taki Taki. That'd be hilarious. Now, in terms of other players to watch, I mean, you got Donnie Lewis, late round draft pick, but I want to see what Austin Seibert got. He hasn't been looking that good in camp so far. Maybe, in a real game situation, maybe he'll step up. He looked better today, but past couple of days of camp, he hasn't really looked the greatest. I mean, Greg Joseph is beating him convincingly. And now I think he's starting to make it close. It's going to be fun. Can't wait. Now, number 3. This is the biggest one. I want to see everyone get out of this game healthy. Right? I want no major injuries. Hamstrings are probably going to happen, hamstrings, roll an ankle or something, but I don't want no major injuries, right? I want this team to be majority healthy. I want the majority of this team to be healthy come week 1. God, I can't even talk. God, man, but it's going to be a fun game. Can't wait to see my squad on the field again. Now, in terms of player to watch, you already know who I'm going to say. It's my guy from Alabama, Mac Wilson. You already saw my draft reaction when we picked him. I was freaking hyped. I think he's going to be a freaking dog out there, man. I can't wait, man. He's got a huge chip on his shoulder. After all those teams passed up on him, we even passed up on him. But we made it up to him by picking him later in the draft. And he's going to make sure we don't regret it. And he's going to make the other teams regret not taking him. You already know it. I love that pick. Dorsey out here getting a steal every year. Last year it was Callaway. This year it's Mac. You can even say Greedy too. I didn't think Greedy was going to fall that far, but he did. I'm like, oh, okay. I know Justin Lane being low-key salty. We didn't take him. Honestly, I kind of did want Justin Lane, but I like Greedy. I mean, you got a name like Greedy, you something. It's going to be fun. Of course, no score prediction because this is preseason. But, yeah, I just want this squad to be healthy coming out of this game and getting ready for the Colts next week, which, by the way, we are actually going to Indy for the week for a little camp battle. Yeah. Browns going to Indy to have training camp with the Colts. Ooh, okay. It's going to be fun. Can't wait to do daily videos of those, Maybe I'll even post some clips from our beat writers, you know, of like what's going on down there, man. It's gonna be fun. I like dual practices. You know, when you got teams practicing with one another. We got the Colts next week. It's gonna be fun. You know, get to see Andrew Luck and Baker Mayfield. You know, Myles Garrett maybe going against that good offensive line they got now. You know, Denzel Ward going against T.Y. Hilton. Ooh, okay. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. I'm Crazy Dog 99. Let's go Browns, and I'm out.